For giant fennel, see Ferula communis. For sea fennel, see Crithmum. Not to be confused with Nigella sativa, also called fennel flower. Fennel is a flowering plant species in the celery family Apiaceae or Umbelliferae. It is treated as the sole species in the genus Foeniculum by most botanists. It is a hardy, perennial herb with yellow flowers and feathery leaves. It is indigenous to the shores of the Mediterranean but has become widely naturalized in many parts of the world, especially on dry soils near the sea coast and on riverbanks. It is a highly aromatic and flavorful herb with culinary and medicinal uses and, along with the similar tasting anise, is one of the primary ingredients of absinthe. Florence fennel or finocchio is a selection with a swollen, bulb-like stem base that is used as a vegetable. Fennel is used as a food plant by the larvae of some Lepidoptera species including the mouse moth and the anise swallowtail. Etymology and names: the word fennel developed from the Middle English fennel or phenol. This came from the Old English fennel or phenol, which in turn came from the Latin Feniculum or Foeniculum, the diminutive of fenum or fenum, meaning hay. The Latin word for the plant was Ferula, which is now used as the genus name of a related plant. Cultural references. As Old English finial, fennel is one of the 9 plants invoked in the pagan Anglo-Saxon 9 herbs charm, recorded in the 10th century. In Greek mythology, Prometheus used the stalk of a fennel plant to steal fire from the demigods. Also, it was from the giant fennel, Ferula communis, that the bacchanalian wands of the demigod Dionysus and his followers were said to have come. The Greek name for fennel is Marathon or Marathos, and the place of the famous Battle of Marathon, literally means a plain with fennels. The word is first attested in Mycenaean Linear B formas th euro 10 euro paragraph th euro, Maratuo. The name Funchal was applied by the first settlers that landed on its shores due to the abundance of wild fennel where, as tradition goes, the primitive burg was built. From the Portuguese word funcho, and the suffix al, to denote a plantation of fennel. Funchal, to whom the captain gave this name, because it was founded in a beautiful forested valley, full of fennel up to the sea. In Indian Ayurvedic medicine system fennel has great application. There are many Ayurvedic medicine preparations based on this. Fennel is known as saunf in Hindi. Saunf remedies, appearance. Fennel, Foeniculum vulgare, is a perennial herb. It is erect, glaucous green, and grows to heights of up to 2.5 am, with hollow stems. The leaves grow up to 40 cm long. They are finely dissected, with the ultimate segments filiform, about 0.5 mm wide. The flowers are produced in terminal compound umbels 5 euro 15 cm wide, each umbel section having 20 euro 50 tiny yellow flowers on short pedicels. The fruit is a dry seed from 4 euro 10 mm long, half as wide or less, and grooved. Cultivation and uses. Fennel is widely cultivated, both in its native range and elsewhere, for its edible, strongly flavored leaves and fruits. Its aniseed flavor comes from anethole, an aromatic compound also found in anise and star anise, and its taste and aroma are similar to theirs, though usually not as strong. Florence fennel is a cultivar group with inflated leaf bases which form a bulb-like structure. It is of cultivated origin, and has a mild anise-like flavor, but is sweeter and more aromatic. Florence fennel plants are smaller than the wild type. Their inflated leaf bases are eaten as a vegetable, both raw and cooked. There are several cultivars of Florence fennel, which is also known by several other names, notably the Italian name Finocchio. In North American supermarkets, it is often mislabeled as anise. Foeniculum vulgare purpureum or nigra, bronze-leaved fennel, is widely available as a decorative garden plant. Fennel has become naturalized along roadsides, in pastures, and in other open sites in many regions, including Northern Europe, the United States, southern Canada, and much of Asia and Australia. It propagates well by seed, and is considered an invasive species and a weed in Australia and the United States. In western North America, fennel can be found from the coastal and inland wildland-urban interface east into hill and mountain areas, excluding desert habitats. Florence fennel is one of the three main herbs used in the preparation of absinthe, an alcoholic mixture which originated as a medicinal elixir in Switzerland and became, by the late 19th century, a popular alcoholic drink in France and other countries. Culinary uses. The bulb, foliage, and seeds of the fennel plant are widely used in many of the culinary traditions of the world. The small flowers of wild fennel are the most potent form of fennel, but also the most expensive. Dried fennel seed is an aromatic, anise-flavored spice, brown or green in color when fresh, slowly turning a dull gray as the seed ages. For cooking, green seeds are optimal. The leaves are delicately flavored and similar in shape to those of dill. The bulb is a crisp vegetable that can be sautéed, stewed, braised, grilled, or eaten raw. Young tender leaves are used for garnishes, as a salad, to add flavor to salads, to flavor sauces to be served with puddings, and also in soups and fish sauce. Fennel seeds are sometimes confused with those of anise, which are similar in taste and appearance, though smaller. Fennel is also used as a flavoring in some natural toothpastes. The seeds are used in cookery and sweet desserts. Many cultures in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, and the Middle East use fennel seed in their cookery. It is one of the most important spices in Kashmiri Pandit and Gujarati cooking. It is an essential ingredient of the Assam Ziariya spice mixture Panch Phoron and in Chinese five-spice powders. In many parts of India and Pakistan, roasted fennel seeds are consumed as makwas, an after-meal digestive and breath freshener. Fennel leaves are used in some parts of India as leafy green vegetables either by themselves or mixed with other vegetables, cooked to be served and consumed as part of a meal. In Syria and Lebanon, the young leaves are used to make a special kind of egg omelette called aji. Many egg, fish, and other dishes employ fresh or dried fennel leaves. Florence fennel is a key ingredient in some Italian and German salads, often tossed with chicory and avocado, or it can be braised and served as a warm side dish. It may be blanched or marinated, or cooked in risotto. Fennel seeds are the primary flavor component in Italian sausage. In Spain, the stems of the fennel plant are used in the preparation of pickled eggplants, berenjenas de Almagro. An herbal tea or tisane can be made from fennel. Medicinal uses. Fennel contains anethol, which can explain some of its medical effects. It, or its polymers, act as phytoestrogens. The essence of fennel can be used as a safe and effective herbal drug for primary dysmenorrhea, but could have lower potency than fennamic acid at the current study level. Intestinal tract. Fennel is widely employed as a carminative, both in humans and in veterinary medicine, to treat flatulence by encouraging the expulsion of intestinal gas. Anethol is responsible for the carminative action. It also serves as a mild laxative. Mrs. Greaves Herbal states, on account of its aromatic and carminative properties, fennel fruit is chiefly used medicinally with purgatives to allay their tendency to griping and for this purpose forms one of the ingredients of the well-known compound licorice powder. Fennel water has properties similar to those of anise and dill water, mixed with sodium bicarbonate and syrup. These waters constitute the domestic gripe water, used to correct the flatulence of infants. Volatile oil of fennel has these properties in concentration. Fennel tea, formerly also employed as a carminative, is made by pouring half a pint of boiling water on a teaspoonful of bruised fennel seeds. Fennel can be made into a syrup to treat babies with colic, but long-term ingestion of fennel preparations by babies is a known cause of the lark eyes. In the Indian subcontinent, fennel seeds are also eaten raw, sometimes with some sweetener, as they are said to improve eyesight. Ancient Romans regarded fennel as the herb of sight. Root extracts were often used in tonics to clear cloudy eyes. Extracts of fennel seed have been shown in animal studies to have a potential use in the treatment of glaucoma. Blood and urine. Fennel may be an effective diuretic and a potential drug for treatment of hypertension. Breast milk. Historical anecdotes suggest that fennel is a galactagogue, improving the milk supply of a breastfeeding mother. This use, although not supported by direct evidence, is sometimes justified by the fact that fennel is a source of phytoestrogens, which promote growth of breast tissue. However, normal lactation does not involve growth of breast tissue. 2 case reports resulted in illness for the newborn child. Both mothers had been drinking more than 2 liters daily of an herbal tea mixture reportedly containing licorice, fennel, anise, and Gallagher officinalis. The authors attributed the maternal and infant symptoms to inositol, which is found in both fennel and anise. However, the inositol levels were not measured in breast milk, nor were the teas tested for their content. Symptoms resolved in the children after their mothers discontinued the teas. Other uses: syrup prepared from fennel juice was formerly given for chronic coughs. It is one of the plants which is said to be disliked by fleas, and powdered fennel has the effect of driving away fleas from kennels and stables. Chemistry: Foeniculum is a stilbenoid. It is a glucoside of the stibine trimethylmyabinol C. It can be found in Foeniculi fructus. Production: India is the leader in production of anise, badian, fennel and coriander. Similar species: many species in the family Apiaceae or Umbelliferae are superficially similar to fennel, and some, such as poison hemlock, are toxic. It is therefore unwise, and potentially extremely dangerous, to use any part of any of these plants as an herb or vegetable unless it can be positively identified as being edible. Dill, coriander and caraway are similar-looking herbs but shorter growing than fennel, reaching only 40–60 cm. Dill has thread-like, feathery leaves and yellow flowers. Coriander and caraway have white flowers and finely divided leaves and are also shorter-lived. The superficial similarity in appearance between these may have led to a sharing of names and etymology, as in the case of Norwegian fennel, a term for caraway. Sicily, or sweet Sicily, is sometimes grown as an herb. Like fennel, it contains inositol and therefore has a similar aroma but is lower growing, and has large umbels of white flowers and leaves that are fern-like rather than thread-like. Giant fennel is a large, coarse plant, with a pungent aroma, which grows wild in the Mediterranean region and is only occasionally grown in gardens elsewhere. Other species of the genus Ferula are also commonly called giant fennel, but they are not culinary herbs. In North America, fennel may be found growing in the same habitat and alongside native Zosia and Lumertium species, useful medicinal relatives in the parsley family. Most Lumertium species have yellow flowers like fennel, but some are white-flowered and resemble poison hemlock. Lumertium is an important historical food plant of Native Americans known as biscuit root. Most Lumertium spp have finely divided, hair-like leaves. Their roots have a delicate rice-like odor, unlike the musty odor of hemlock. Lumertium species tend to prefer dry rocky soils devoid of organic material. References. External links: Fennel in Nutrition, Health, Cooking,